evening. Hi friends, good evening. Well, we made it to Wednesday. It's 7:30, another Snuggly Storytime. Gonna wait just a few moments, see if we get a few friends to join us. I've got all my stuffed pals behind me watching. Did you grab a stuffed pal for Snuggly Stories? Grab one of your stuffed pals so you can read a story with your stuffed friend. We've got a fun story tonight. Of course, they're all fun stories, aren't they? This one is about the moon. It's not quite bright enough, or it's not quite dark enough, I should say, to see the moon yet, I don't think. It's not quite the end of the day, but we're getting close, aren't we? We're winding down, starting to think about the end of our day. The perfect time to read a Snuggly story, don't you think, friends? All right, shall we get started? Wonderful. The story I have for you tonight is called The Moon Keeper. Look at that. Do you see that? The big moon and the moon keeper. This story is by Zosienka. Pictures and Words by Zosienka. And it's published by HarperCollins. All right, let's get started, shall we? There is a letter addressed to Emil. He's been invited to attend the meeting of the night creatures to hear a very, very important announcement. Do you see Emil? He's got a letter in his hand, doesn't he? I wonder what the announcement is. The night creatures have chosen him as the new moon keeper. Emil is honored because this is a very important job. Look at Emil. He's so happy they've chosen him as moon keeper. Emil prepares himself for the task. What do you think he needs to prepare to be the moon keeper? Let's find out. There are many things he might need for looking after the moon. Let's look at this picture together. What are some of the things Emil thinks he might need to take care of the moon? I see a flashlight. What else do we see? I see a net. I see some fireflies in a jar. Some yarn. Some paper. Some crayons. What other things do you see? Do you see something different in that picture? Emil is preparing really well for his duties. At dusk, he climbs 93 steps up the ladder to meet the moon. Look at that big ladder, friends. 93 steps to meet the moon. Up in the sycamore tree, Emil introduces himself. Look at Emil's got his bag with all of his tools and instruments to take care of the moon. He's got his jar of fireflies. He's got his net. Ooh, I see some binoculars hanging in the tree. I think he's ready. The moon is beautiful and round. Emil has never looked at the moon this way before, and he realizes just how magnificent it is. Wow, look at how big the moon is. What a special job to be the moon keeper, huh? For several nights, Emil keeps watch over the moon. He clears some obscuring clouds and tells the fruit bats to move along when they play too close. Look at Emil is blowing away those clouds that are covering the moon, and he's got his duster. Shoo, shoo, bats, shoo, away from the moon. There isn't a lot to do, but Emil finds the moon nice to talk to in the stillness of the night. Just Emil talking to the moon. One evening, he notices something strange. Emil rubs his eyes. Is the moon getting smaller? What do you think? Do you see a difference? Maybe right there I see a little bit of the moon. It's disappearing. His neighbor nods in agreement. Yes, indeed. It seems to be shrinking. What's happening? The change is slight. To be certain, Emil draws a picture of the moon each night and compares it to the one from the night before. Look at Emil, he's got his paper and he's drawing pictures and he's seeing the changes that happen. What do you notice, friends? It starts out big and slowly gets smaller and smaller, doesn't it? Emil hadn't imagined a problem such as this. He rummages through his tools and instruments, but there is nothing there to protect the moon from disappearing. Think, thinks Emil. Have you had enough to eat, Moon? He offers him some watermelon, doesn't he? I wonder if that's the problem. Or are you sad? Maybe the fireflies can cheer you up with a riddle, says Emil. Which fish only swims at night? Asks a firefly. A starfish, replies another. Emil giggles at the joke and sees that the moon is smiling too. Look at all those fireflies trying to cheer up the moon. I wonder if that was what the problem is. He phones his cousin in the jungle to find out how the moon looks over there. It is not good news. Same here, Emil, says his cousin. Look at, the moon is smaller there too. The moon grows thinner and thinner until it's no thicker than a thread. A big green bird lands beside Emil. I've lost the moon, Emil tells the bird. I was supposed to protect it, but I don't know how to make it stay. Do you see that? The moon is no thicker than a thread. And who's watching? Do you see Emil? Emil and the bird? They're studying it, aren't they? Watch me, says the bird. It jumps off the roof and flies into the darkness. Emil stares into the night, trying to keep the bird in sight. Do you think he can see him in the night? And before he knows it, I'm back, says a voice behind Emil. The bird is back. Things come and go. You'll see, says the bird. And then the moon blinks and vanishes. The night is dark, but Emil pictures the moon in his mind and repeats the words of the big green bird until he falls asleep. Things come and things go. You'll see. It was there and then it was gone. When Emil wakes up, there is a new smile in the sky. You're back, he whispers. It came back. Each night, the moon grows bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it fills the sky again. Oh, Emil is so happy he's kissing the moon, isn't he? And all the night creatures are celebrating the moon's return. The end. Wasn't that fun, friends? Do you know what happened to the moon? The moon does look different sometimes, doesn't it? Sometimes it's big and full, and sometimes it's just a little sliver. Those are called the phases of the moon, and they happen every month, don't they? What a fun book, friends, The Moon Keeper by Zosienka. Make sure, if you're keeping track for summer reading, count this book towards your summer reading goal. You'll want to download Beanstack. Keep track of all your reading through the summer and earn some fun prizes from the library. All right, friends, our book is over, but we still have a song to sing. Are you ready? We're going to visit one that we did earlier during Snuggly Stories, but I thought it was fitting since it's about the moon and we just read a book about the moon. So we're going to sing a song called The Moon Up Above, and it goes to the same tune as The Wheels on the Bus. Have you heard of that one? So it's got 3 verses. The moon up above is big and round. So when we say big and round, we're going to say big and round. Can you do that with me? Big and round. And then the second verse, it's going to say the moon up above is near the stars. And we're going to do sign language for stars. So put your pointers up and make sign language for stars. And then the third verse is going to say the moon up above is clear and bright. And we're going to do bright. Okay? Can you do those motions with me, friends? If you want, grab one of your stuffies and do it with your stuffy, okay? Here we go. The moon up above is big and round, big and round, big and round. The moon up above is big and round, up in the sky. Verse number 2. The moon up above is near the stars, near the stars, near the stars. The moon up above is near the stars, up in the sky. The moon up above is clear and bright, clear and bright, clear and bright. The moon up above is clear and bright, up in the sky. Yay! Good job, friends. Look who joined me. It's Elephant. We did it. All right, friends. That's it for Snuggly Stories this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a great rest of your evening. I hope your day's winding down nicely and you get some good stories and snuggles before bed. Have a great evening and a good sleep. Watch Facebook for more updates for summer reading. Make sure and download Beanstack and join us this Friday and Saturday. No, I forgot it's a holiday this weekend. Join us Friday for Storytime, friends, 10:30. Have a great night and we'll see you next week for more Snuggly Stories. Good night.